So the fellowship is designed to reward contribution to the veterinary profession, but that can come through contribution through clinical practice, it can come through contribution through knowledge, and also through the profession. And those are three quite distinct arms designed to allow people to find a best fit for them as to how they might be able to apply and then be successful.
I'm really flattered and privileged to be here at the Fellowship Day, and it was lovely to see all the new fellows coming up and being rewarded and recognised, and such a diversity of different contributions to the field.
I applied for a fellowship. Well, I was encouraged to do so. I had quite a few friends and colleagues and peers who were aware of the fellowship, and they encouraged me to apply, asked me why I'm not. And I looked at the website, looked at the requirements, and it looks really nice.
I think it shows you what you can do with the veterinary profession. I think we get quite locked into clinical practice. That's what we want to do at uni, but actually there's a lot more out there than what we first get taught, which is quite exciting.
The fellowship has this aspiration to be a learning society that really represents a true cross-section of the veterinary profession, and really one of my themes is to value what general practitioners do.
The fellowship itself is a really, really good incentive. It's nice to recognise people in the industry that have had a really good contribution, and it's nice to have things to aspire to as well, and to be recognised for the value that they put into it.
It's great to meet up with a group of peers, some of whom are already fellows, others are aspirational fellows, I'm sure.
I saw what the talks were, but I wasn't too sure about the actual format, but coming here I've been so pleasantly surprised to meet some really great people.
Actually having this body of knowledge for me is actually very important, and I think that's why people that actually do feel they have contributed and have further things to contribute should really think about applying for the fellowship.
It makes you realise that the veterinary profession is the world's your oyster. You can go into so many areas, and even if you go down one area, you can still have an interest in other areas.
So the Royal College 4 or 5 years ago decided actually it was time to reinvent the fellowship, to create a new initiative to allow the fellowship number to increase, to expand the breadth, the variety, the diversity of the fellowship, and bring in all the varied aspects of what makes a modern veterinary professional in a learned body of a collective wisdom to hopefully benefit the Royal College, hopefully benefit the profession, and also the non-profession, the general public.
I actually think that vets and medics are really well placed to help communicate to the public not only actually the science that's focused on those animals or the humans themselves of their patients, but to talk much more broadly about biology and about medicine more generally. They have those types of interaction with the public on a day-to-day basis. They know how to communicate really well. Sometimes we think about science communication happening via the medium of television or happening via books, but those one-to-one direct interactions with people are really, really important.
Well, I think the fellowship's to some extent the icing on the cake. It's not why you do your career. We do our careers because we're driven by our own particular goals. But to actually take some time, stop, reflect, list what you have done over a period of time, that's very healthy and worthwhile.
It's been really good for networking and meeting people throughout the industry and throughout their careers, really. It's been really beneficial as a student to see what I can progress to.
I think what I really enjoyed about today is meeting the other fellows, and it's so nice to link up with those and see some kind of cross-pollination of ideas and so on. So that's what I really enjoyed. Some thoughts of improving the profession, encouraging more women to apply for fellowships, and really just getting the word out, and I think I'd like to help to do that, really. A little bit of an ambassador, possibly, that kind of role. I think that's the role of the fellows, isn't it, to try and encourage more applications and more integration into that.